Hello guys, welcome in today's lesson with the Unza Graduate. In today's lesson, we are going to look at English language, paper 1, external exam 2025, G9. So last time we looked at the section A of this paper. Today we are going to focus on section B, the summary part. So this is what we are going to do. So this is this section B, as you can see. So according to this section, it's saying summary 20 marks. You are advised not to spend more than 30 minutes on this section. Read the following passage and answer the question that follows. The title of this passage, Teen Depression, why? Question mark. So according to the thing that you need to understand when you are writing a summary, you have to just focus on what? Many points. You must always ignore all examples and explanations. You must always identify the key points by topic. So let us look at the question. The question before we start answering this question. So the question was, this was a paragraph, and the question was as follows. In note summary, list the symptoms and the causes of depression. Your note summary should have 20 points. Any point beyond the stated limit will not be considered to be part of your summary. The first point has been provided as an example. Changes in sleep patterns, appetite, and weight. So our question is to list the symptoms and causes of depression. So when we go to this paragraph, we must list the many important point that we are looking at, the symptoms and causes. So we can start this first paragraph. When I have a bout of depression, says Anna, I have no motivation to do anything, not even the things I usually love to do. All I want to do is sleep. So when you look at this first paragraph, we are talking about the symptoms and the causes. So the symptom of depression is saying, when I have a bout of depression, says Anna, I have no motivation to do anything. So this is the point here. I have no motivation to do anything. So in a point, you can just write this point as no motivation to do anything. That's what you can write. So here it was saying, not even the things I usually love to do. All I want to do is sleep. So here there's a point. Other symptom is sleep. Then I often feel that I am lovable. So what you can say here, you can just get it unlovable. Symptom unlovable, worthless, and a burden to others. When you go into paragraph 2, I thought about suicide. So there is here this point, I thought about suicide. Because Julia, I did not really want to die. I just wanted to stop feeling this way. I am normally a caring person, But when I am depressed, I care little about anyone or anything. So you can just write this point, care little about anyone or anything. On paragraph 3, Anna and Julia were in their early teens when they first experienced depression. While other young people might occasionally feel down, and Anna and Julia had the periods of depression that persisted for weeks or months at a time. It's like being stuck in a deep, dark hole with no way out. Says Anna, you feel like you are losing your mind, losing who you are. Here is no point that we are going to get here. When you go to paragraph 4, Anna and Julia's situation is not uncommon. The diagnosis of depression among the young appears to be increasing at an alarming rate, and the depression is the predominant cause of illness and disability for both boys and girls aged 10 to 19. So this one, they are just saying that depression is the one which causes the illness and what disability for both boys and girls. So here you can say symptom. You can say this one is also a symptom, illness and disability. So these are the symptoms. You just write the illness and the disability. And girls aged 10 to 19 years, says the World Health Organization. So now, when you look at the question very well, they gave you this point. The first point that they gave you, changes in sleep patterns, appetite, and weight. So that's where they started. When you go on paragraph 5, you're going to see that here on paragraph 4, it was ending, says the World Organization, WHO in abbreviation. When you go in now on paragraph 5, that's where you find all these points which I was underlining there in paragraph 5. You find that the symptom of depression can appear during adolescence and may include the changes in sleep, appetite, and weight. So that's where it started, the summary. So now, this is the symptom now. There is also what is saying feeling of despair. So now, as you are writing your summary, you can say this point, feelings of despair, hopeless, sadness, and worthlessness may also appear. So you may just see leave may also appear. You may just get feeling of despair. So according to the question, it started there, changes in sleep patterns, appetite, and weight. You understand that all these things that I was underlining before, they are already here in paragraph 5. So you just follow where they started. They said these changes in sleep patterns, appetite, and weight. So you just get feelings of despair, hopeless, and sadness, sadness, and worthlessness. You may say make this as point 1. This in an exam you are given 1 mark. You write it like this now. So you may write it like this. You say feeling of despair, put comma, hope, sadness, and worthlessness. So we go back to the paragraph on paragraph 5. It was saying may also appear. So other signs include the social withdrawal. So this is a symptom again. You say social withdrawal. You can just get it. You say other signs include the social withdrawal. So you say social withdrawal is a point. Trouble concentrating or remembering is a point. So let us write the social withdrawal here. Point 2. Per point is 1 mark. So point 2, social withdrawal. Then point 3, trouble concentrating or remembering. You can say trouble. You can say trouble concentrating or remembering. So we are going. Well, that means in an exam you have got 3 marks when you write just list 3 points. You go to now to other point. It also said the suicidal thoughts or actions. Suicidal thoughts or action. So we are writing. So this suicidal thoughts or remembering. Or suicidal is no suicidal thoughts or actions. So what you need to understand, guys, is that all that we are writing right now, these are just the symptoms. You have not looked at the causes yet. So we have underlined suicidal thoughts or actions, and it was and it said the medically unexplained symptoms. So this one also is a symptom. You say medically unexplained symptoms. Medically, you say medically unexplained symptoms. So then let's see. So that means we have got 5 points in an exam. Then we will continue now. So now, according to this paragraphs, when mental health professionals suspect depression, they usually look for groups of symptoms that persist for weeks and that disrupt a person's everyday life. We are going now to paragraph 6. According to the World Health Organization, depression results from a complex interaction of social, psychological, and biological factors. So now here they are talking about the what? The causes now. The interaction of social, psychological, and biological factors. This may include the following now. So now we are going to look at now the causes now. These causes now, the psychological and biological factors that they are talking about. As was true in Julia's case, depression often lands in families, suggesting that genetics can play a role. So they are talking about the other cause of depression is that it often lands in families, suggesting that genetics can play a role. So one of the causes here is genetics. You see, genetics is the one. It's one of the causes, genetics. So you write other point here, say genetics. You write genetics. Then we go to so these are how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are remaining 14 points. So now can play a role. Perhaps affecting chemical activity in the brain. So this is what the genetics does. It can play a role, perhaps affecting chemical activity in the brain. So other physical risky factors include the cardiovascular disease. So this one, cardiovascular disease, is also a cause of what? Of depression. We will write the same one. This is point 7. Cardiovascular disease. That's our point 7. Then we ended here. And changing hormone levels. So this one is also a point. It's another cause of what? Depression. You just say changing hormone levels. That's our point 8. As well as ongoing substance abuse. So here you can just say substance what abuse. You just get the substance abuse. That's point 9. Substances abuse. Then our point 10, which intensified depression. So they also say this, which intensified depression. If not give rise to it. So we are going to go now to paragraph 8. Paragraph 8. While a little stress can be healthy, chronic or excessive stress can be physically and psychologically harmful, sometimes to the point of plugging a sustainable or biological vulnerable teen into depression. So here the point that you are going to get is so chronic or excessive what? Stress. Chronic or excessive stress. So this one is the one which also cause what? Depression. So you are going to light it here. You are going to light it here again. You are going to say chronic stress or so you have to remove this one. You have to just say chronic or excessive what stress. So this is how you're supposed to write it. Chronic or excessive stress. Then you go to our point. So we can this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Point 11 now. We are still on paragraph 8. So we ended here. So we are going to say, that said, the exact causes of depression remain unclear and may involve a combination of factors as mentioned earlier. So now we'll go to the paragraph 9. Stress-related factors linked to depression may include the parental divorce or separation. So this one, the other factors, you can say parental divorce or separation. That can be our point 11. You say parental divorce or separation. When you go back to this paragraph, you find that they are saying stress-related factors linked to depression may include the parental divorce or separation, comma, and then say they listed also the death of loved one. So you can also say you can say the death of loved one. You can just say death because the death of loved one. Death so death of loved one. They also say the physical or sexual abuse. So you write also physical or sexual abuse. There is also a serious accident. A serious accident, you just say serious accident. You just write the cause serious accident. Go to the next page. You write the serious. You write the serious accident. We go back to the paragraph again. We ended on serious accident. There's comma, illness. There is also illness or a learning disability, especially if a child feels rejected as a result. So what you need to do here, you just say, on this point, you just get illness or learning disability. Don't even get other point, just say illness or learning disability. Illness or learning disability. Say illness or learning disability. So we'll continue where we ended. We say a related fact. So guys, we have talked about illness or learning disability if a child feels rejected as a result. So we have just gotten illness or learning disability. So here now, a related factor may be unrealistic high expect or unrealistically high parental expectation. So this point also we have to write it here. This is also a point. Perhaps in regard to scholastic achievement. Other possible causes are bullying. So bullying also, it is also a cause of depression. Then there's a comma also. The other thing is that uncertain about the future. So this one is also a point. So I'll show you how I've written these 3 points. So here to the next page. These are the points. Unrealistically high parental expectation, bullying. So I've ended on bullying. So I'm remaining 3 points right now. So this one I've also written this one about uncertain about the future. So I have to write also, we have ended on bullying, so I have to write uncertain about the future. So I have to write uncertain about the future. So uncertain about the future. Uncertainty about the future. So that means we are remaining with just 2 points. So they listed also emotional estranglement by a depressed parent. So emotional estranglement by a depressed parent. So this is also a cause. So I have to write this 19 point 19. You say, you can write like this, you say emotional estranglement by a depressed parents. So there is also the point that we are talking about here, and the parental unpredictability. So this is the point, last point we are going to write. Parental unpredictability. So this is our last point. That's our point 20 now. So these are the points, guys. Our 20 points. We started here, as you can see. We started here. This is how you can write your note summary. Your note summary, just in point form. We ended here. So you must understand, when you are told to write a note summary, that you are just supposed to write it in point form. But when you are told to write a prose summary, you have to write it in a paragraph form, in a essay form. So thank you guys for having time to watch my video. You must always remember that the Unza Graduate is where learning never stops. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Your support will be highly appreciated, and it will encourage me to post more past papers in different subjects on all grades. Thank you all. See you in the next video.